Hello, and welcome back to Stories by Will. And we're going to continue to story number 8 today from Tales Told in Holland. And this one is another story by Hans that we met yesterday. We met Hans in Middleburg yesterday, and today he's heading for Hindenlopen. So this one's going to be a little bit short, and that's okay. And tomorrow is going to be or the next stream is going to be really interesting because we got a bunch of poem type stories. Those are going to have photos and pictures along with it. Today's story does not because it's a little bit short. So let's get into it and hope to see you. Please like and subscribe. And I would love to hear what you take away from the story today down in the comments below. I guarantee I will respond and would love to carry on a conversation. So today's story is Hans Hannekemaier in Hinderlopen. Hans Hannekemaier was on his way to Amsterdam, where he meant to take the boat for Hinderlopen in Friesland. There, he would work for his old boss. He was very tired. He had walked a long way. He panted. The scythe weighed heavily on his back. His head buzzed for sleep. He asked a passerby, "How far is it to Amsterdam?" 3 hours if you walk fast." 3 hours, moans Hans, and he sat by the side of the road. But whom should he see coming along in the distance? Heinrich Hannekemaier. Hans jumped in the air for joy. "Are you also going to Amsterdam and Hinderlopen, brother?" "Yes," said Heinrich. "But I am so tired, brother." "Never mind," said Hans. "I have just asked how far it is. 3 hours for me alone. But if we go together, then we shall just divide the time in two. It will only be an hour and a half for each of us. Forward, brother." And so they came to Amsterdam, and Hans was walking along the Y, that wide arm like a bay through which the Amsterdam River flows into the Zuiderzee. The boat which he meant to take for Hinderlopen rang its bell for the first time. Hans wanted to take some money from his purse to pay for his fare, and, as usual, he unwrapped his bundle. When a dime that wanted to see a little of the world also jumped before the others out of the bundle, slipped through Hans' thumb and first finger, somersaulted through the air, rolled over the street, turned somewhere, and Hans saw it no more. To Hans Hannekemaier, it seemed as if the world had come to an end. "Ah, little dime," he cried. "Dime, dime, where have you disappeared to? Dime, dime, I cannot find you." The bell on the boat rang for the second time. Hans kept hunting, perspiration running down his forehead. The loss of the dime caused him more grief than the goodbye to his mother and father. Yes, he would far rather have lost a friend than a dime. "Dime, dime, tell me quickly, where have you gone to? Let me hear your little voice. Whisper to me where you are hiding. Ah, little dime." But the dime stayed in its hiding place, and the bell on the boat rang for the third time. Hans found a seat on the deck, held his head with both hands, and groaned while the tears ran down his cheeks. He threw the scythe down somewhere and paid no further heed to it. Nothing pleased him now. When he reached Hinterlupen, he felt like a lover who had lost his sweetheart and had no chance to win her back. He wanted to tell everyone about the treasure that he had lost. He blamed himself 1,000 times for not having been more careful. He let his head hang mournfully and kept his eyes cast down. Did he care that in the charming streets of this pleasant fishing village were displayed all the beautiful painted furniture, cradles, chairs, cupboards, sleds that were made in Hindenlupel? Did he look through the doorways into the beautiful interiors, all lined with blue and white tiles, displaying exquisite painted woodwork and cabinets of wonderful carvings, groaning with curious Delft plates, shining copper and brass, and beaten silver vessels? Did he care that the cabinet maker and his wife had brought out in front of their house a splendid cradle, just completed, all wonderfully carved and painted with the stories out of the Bible? No, not he. Hans Hannekemaier saw nothing. He cared nothing but for his dime. Little dime, I have lost you forever, he cried. Suddenly, he jumped up as if a crab had pinched his toes. Then he stooped down quickly. For joy, he looked cross-eyed. There in the street of the Hindenlupel, he had picked up a dime, which a fisher boy had lost. Trembling with emotion, he began to talk. Little dime, my dear little dime, I have got you. Oh, dime, my good little dime, I could not lose you. Oh, my wonderful little dime, my sweet little dime, my darling little dime. I should not have felt so badly. I could have expected it, my own little dime. You have rolled after me all the way over the sea from Amsterdam to Hindenlupen. My faithful dime, I thank you, little dime. That brings us to the conclusion of our 8th story of Hans Hannekemaier and his trip to Hindenlupen. So I hope you enjoyed the story. I know it was a little bit short. And tomorrow we're going to have, on the next stream, we'll have a couple wonderful little poem type stories. I think you're really going to like those. Those come with photos, so we will have those uploaded as well. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful night and be well.